Going to talk about I've had a lot of jobs in accounting, and but there were a lot of, a lot of them didn't last very long. They were the temp jobs on purpose, or they were like jobs that just didn't work out for me. I either didn't like them or they didn't like me, one or the other. One of them was called Mondial, and it was like a diamond company. I'm sure they're not in business anymore. I think I worked there in sometime in the 1980s. Um, and like I said, I wasn't there very long. I remember them. I remember, the guy whose place I took. He was bored out of his mind working there because he didn't really have a lot to do. It's like it really wasn't a full-time job. At best, it was probably a 2-day a week job. I don't know why they needed somebody full-time. Um, Anyway, so he said he just would. He said he would walk back and forth to the bathroom out of boredom because he was so bored. So anyway, it didn't last very long, and I think they laid me off or got rid of me or something. And I took them to court, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. But it's like anyway, I won the hearing or whatever. They didn't show up, and they were supposed to pay me X amount of dollars, but I never got it. And anyway, so it's like. And I wish it's like I wish I could remember the details on it, but they never paid it. They never paid it, and and that's it's like I would have liked to have had the extra money. Could have used it back then. And actually, I still somewhere I got in one of my file cabinets. I still have the paperwork from it. Um, anyway, so it's Mondial, and then there was a company called I can't remember the name of the company. This is probably somewhere in the early to mid 1980s. Didn't last very long, and it was actually a temp job. It was a temp job. I was hired there as a temp. They had quite a few accountants. The one thing I don't remember exactly what they did there, but the one thing I remember is that the controller's name was James Bond. His name was James Bond, and he was English too. And they were behind, and basically back then the books were manual, and I'm pretty sure they weren't on a computer yet. I don't know. It's like I don't quite remember, but anyway, they were really behind on stuff. And then they gave at one time they gave the team that I was on. It was me and maybe a couple other people. They gave us like a deadline of like a month or 2 months or something to catch up on something, which was like, you got to be kidding me. It's like that's not going to happen. We could work 12 hours a day and still not catch up. So I thought it was unrealistic, and it's like, and I gave it a shot. It's like I was doing the best I could there, but I was, what? I'm not going to kill myself under, for some unrealistic deadline. So it was just wasn't. So anyway, it's like at some point I left. I think I told the temp agency I didn't want to work there anymore, so I left. So and then there was another county job. Don't remember the name of it. It was a prop house, and it was. I was just there for a short time. If I remember, it was really neat working for a prop house because they had all this stuff. It's like in the lobby and everything. Like that was used for props. And I remember them treating the prop guys. They treated them very well because they said that the prop guys are not treated very well in the industry. They're like at the bottom, of the totem pole for being treated. For being treated, the way they're treated. So, but I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, but I remember that, and I think the other thing I remember about it, I think it was that place, that company, that the woman that hired me was into astrology, and she didn't, she had some weird, weird takes on people, and she always wanted to know when you were, not just what your sign was when you were born and everything, as if that was like the whole, whole driving purpose, like how somebody reacted and everything was when they were born and what sign they were under and so on. So I thought it was kind of crazy. Anyway, that did not last long, and I think it was in the early days of computers that I worked there. I believe I remember working on a small computer when I was there. So anyway, there's a few of the oddball companies I've worked for in the past in accounting.